Hello guys, special video today. This is about the Cowboys' current situation. My friend right now, I'm in a call with him and he helped me with this video here. Shout out to his channel. I'll put the link in the description. It's like Andre Bureau or something. Okay, let's start with the video. So the Cowboys are my favorite team and they went 6-10 last year. Injuries screwed them up and like a bunch of other things like Zeke fumbling and stuff like that. Bad coaching and stuff. So let's start here. Okay, so the Cowboys so far in the offseason, they've made a few signings. Keanu Neal or whatever his name is, safety, from the Atlanta Falcons. Terrell Basham, defensive end. Carlos Watkins, defensive tackle. Ty Nsekhe, offensive tackle. Jake McQuaid, safety. Brent Urban, defensive tackle. So far, the Cowboys are trying to improve their D-line so far with those signings and those two safeties and one offensive tackle. Pretty good so far. At quarterback right now, at QB, their QB situation is good, but they kind of need some depth behind Dak. So right now, Dak Prescott's their starting QB, all fine there. There's nothing really wrong there. He's perfectly good, except maybe like injury and stuff from last year. But they do need a good backup. Like they had Andy Dalton last year, but he got signed by the Bears, who, yeah, they signed him. The Cowboys don't really have any backup right now. They have Ben DiNucci, who's bad. So they really need to get a new QB, and they need to make sure that Dak is healthy and like doing well this season. And they could probably pick up a good QB in the drafts, like third round or something, if they can. But good, but need depth behind Dak. That's the situation. Okay, running backs. They have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. I said it's good and doesn't really need to be improved. The only thing that should be improved is that they make sure that Zeke doesn't fumble. Because if he doesn't fumble, he's probably like a top 5 running back in the league. And when he fumbles, he's, well, not, because he fumbles. And at their backup, they have Tony Pollard, he's a pretty good backup. He's not bad. I don't think he could be starter in a situation if Zeke's injured, but I don't think Zeke will be injured. So good and doesn't need to be improved. Maybe they could make Zeke's contract a little. They could make his contract a little like smaller next year, but that's when his contract ends because he only has like 1 or 2 years left. Okay, let's move on. A wide receiver and tight end situation. Okay, so my friend's gonna take over here. Yeah.
So wide receiver tight end situation is elite. Like they have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, but they have so many weapons. I don't think they need that many. Like they could easily trade Michael Gallup for a defensive superstar that they actually need him to impact the team a lot more. So yeah, elite though. Great receiving corner.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move on now. Next position, O-line. So I'll do O-line here. They got 2 good O-linemen, Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. But
they're both like super old, and they need to be replaced.
Yeah, like, probably after like this year, and probably like after this year, like next year, they should get new players for them. But right now it's decent for this season. But they need to replace the other 3. Okay, next we're gonna move on to D-line. My friend's gonna take over here again.
Again, the D-line, really not good. I mean, you could say yes, they have like Demarcus Lawrence, but he's starting to get old. Then yeah, they signed Carlos Basham, but he's not that much of an impact. They really need a star defensive lineman, and that is something that they do not have.
Well, they have Demarcus Lawrence. He's a star defensive lineman. We don't have his.
He's kind of bad right now, but well, yeah.
They could probably trade Michael Gallup for like a star defensive lineman.
Yeah, like trade Michael out for a good defensive end or whatever.
So the situation for that is bad. Linebacker situation. They are decent but injury prone, like Leighton Vander Esch. He's very good when he plays, very good linebacker. But when he doesn't play, well, because he's injured. He doesn't play because he's injured.
And the same thing with Joe Smith, good, but gets injured too much. And, like, Joe Smith is starting to get a bit on the older side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Never mind. Joe Smith is 25 years old. I take that back.
Yeah. Leighton Vander Esch is very young. If he can get over his injury problems, they don't really have to worry about one position at linebacker. I'm pretty sure that I don't think Sean Lee is going to be good anymore. Yeah, Sean Lee.
He's like 55 years old or whatever, but like, yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be good anymore. They're going to put Keanu Neal at linebacker for some time, and then I think Donovan Wilson also plays linebacker sometime last season. He was pretty decent. But I think they're decent but injury prone. They should probably get like some other linebackers, like some decent linebackers, like another one or two linebackers, just in case for injuries.
Alright, so some of the Cowboys' biggest things are corner, defensive tackle, offensive tackle, and defensive end. But of course, all those things should be addressed in the draft. So with pick number 10, they could either take the best corner available, Patrick Surtain or Caleb Farley, depending on who they feel like is the best fit for them. Or they could go offensive tackle and take Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater if they fall to number 10. With pick 44 in the second round, they could either take an edge rushers, Jason Owe, Carlos Basham, or Jalen Phillips if they fall to pick 44. Or if they decide on picking an offensive tackle or something else in the first round, they can, of course, take corners, Asante Samuel Jr. or Greg Newsome, as they would be really good fits for their defense.
Yeah, and I think in one of their later picks, they might take like a QB.
Yeah, like take someone like Kevin Bond or something like that in like the third or fourth round.
Or the Texas QB. That guy. I forgot his name. Well,
And the guy now has like, that is getting like, yeah, we don't want to talk about what's happening with him and all of that. So their DBs are just terrible. Like, Trevon Diggs showed some promise at the end last year, but you cannot have him guarding the team's number one receiver. He is not at that level. The Cowboys need a star corner that can lock down other teams' number one receivers for them to have any chance of making the playoffs next year.
Yeah, they need some good defensive backs for sure. And yeah, that showed in like the games last year. Like in the Seattle game, they got blown like the defense blew like 30 million deep passes. There's like the 45 passes to DK that was like 150 yards. And then like the other 50 passes that went to Tyler Lockett that were like also 150 yards. So they really need to get those DBs situated like in the draft and in free agency like immediately. Like they don't really have, like there's nothing there. And then the last thing we're gonna talk about is special teams. Special teams is good, doesn't need to be improved. If you like this video, subscribe to my friend's channel.